And this is the judgment of the great woe that sitteth upon many waters, which is the queen of Babylon. She will be judged in a way that she will not have an existence on earth anymore, because the pride of life will end, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes will end, and everybody that cares much about these things will also end with it, except you demarcate yourself from it and separate yourself from these ways of evil work, except you demarcate yourself from the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, pride of life, so that when that part of the world dies, you will not die with it. Because surely the wages of sin is death, and all sinner that continues in sin and take it for granted, like they take it for a real lifestyle, that is the only way they want to live their life, in committing sin to earn a living, in committing sin to be against God. The judgment, when the judgment will come to destroy the woe, the queen of this city of evil doings, everybody that dwell in such city of harlotry, in such city of criminality, in such city of pride, in such city of the lust of the flesh, of the lust of the eyes, you always want to please yourself and forget the will of God. Anybody that dwells in such a city will end with the woman and her city. And this woman is an evil spirit, a spiritual being that is using everything that is possible for her to use. She will use it to destroy man until she makes sure that she has drawn a lot of men out of the way of God. And it is only the man that loses, because whoever sinned against God wrongeth his own soul. When you sin against God, you wrong your own soul. So now we keep on explaining what I've learned by the Spirit about this woman. In verse 2, it is said, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Now, this woman that sitteth upon many waters, she is the one with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. You see that? Now, when the kings of the earth commit fornication with this woman, they will make their subjects to be filled with it. That is when you see that the leaders of the nations are filled with the lust of the flesh, lust of their pride, lust of their eyes. They will, because of lust of the eyes, they will want to embezzle money and forget the nations. They will not want to take care of the nations. They will leave the nations to do wrongdoings because they themselves are wrongdoers. So they will embezzle money and not let, because of the loss of the eyes of what they want, loss of the flesh of fulfilling the lust of their flesh, what they want to please their self. And they will use the lust of pride not to listen to the direction of God, and they will want to do that thing they want, and they will neglect the ways of God. So they keep on committing fornication with this woman, and through there they spread the wine of her fornication to the world. They end living in sinful doing. And when they do these sinful things, they push other people to commit sin, because whenever a wicked leader rules a nation, you see that he will make things hard, and the nations, instead of looking for God, they will keep looking for money. And from looking for money, they can do anything to get that money to help themselves, because the leader have made things hard for them. And that is how she used the leader, the kings of the earth, to fill the wine of fornication to the inhabitants of the earth. And you see that, you said, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. You see that? Now there is supposed to be some kind of help that comes from the church or from the mosque to the poor people in the church and the mosque. But you see that these pastors, these leaders, these kings of the church on the mosque, like the leaders, these kings here means the leaders of the earth. Wherever there is a leader, there must be a way that this person will forget the poor people in his congregation, in his company. They will just forget the poor people, and they will always want to do things that will benefit them alone. And thereby the poor people went ahead to do their own wrongdoings to earn a living. And you are supposed to be the king that care for your subject, like a shepherd that care for the sheep. You take care of them, teach them the right way, provide for them, make sure that they are walking in the right path, not to take what belongs to them and keep it for yourself. And you want to do like you are the leader here, you are the king here, no subject can say anything. God is in heaven, and he can do everything he wants to do, because he said in his word that you should withhold not good from them that it is due to, if it is in power of their hand to do it. But when you withhold good from them, you are committing fornication with this queen of Babylon. You are now leaving God, which is your real husbandman. You are now committing fornication with another spirit, now doing what God did not ask you to do, to your own benefit, which is to your own destruction at last. It might benefit you now, but in the future it will be a very painful thing for you. Because you see, this woman have a lot of luxury with her. That is why you can see that a lot of people want to do whatever they want. to get this luxury. Not that she created the luxury, no. But see, this luxury is the part of what God has made for man. But she has herself arrayed in this luxury in order to make you come to her for it. Because even the devil knows the parts where God has kept blessing more than man knows. That's why instead of man to strive to get blessing, they will kukuma submit to the devil. They will go do ritual, they will go do yahoo, they will go do one bad thing wey dey against the will of God just to get money.
The devil know the part God has put all these small blessings, which we take to be luxury. Because even the things God have in mind for those that love him, it has not been put into the mind of men, not even the devil that knows it. The devil don't even know it, not even angels in heaven. Nobody knows what God have in store for those that love him. But the devil knows the part God has put small blessings that we take and value as luxury.
Because the devil and his cohorts, where God they dwell with God in the heaven, so they know where God have put blessing even more than man.